Let's talk about somebody who did not have a single match on WrestleMania weekend, whether that be, I guess technically he had one. Andre the Giant Battle Memorial Battle Royal, Karrion Kross. That was the one match that he had. And the Vegas crowd loved him. They should. It's his hometown. And he made a point of saying that in a promo that he cut on the WrestleMania recap with Sam Roberts and Megan Morant. And we'll get to that in just a second. But all in all, what a week for Karrion Kross. This is a guy who his mic work has been very good all year long. His angle with the AJ Styles Logan Paul feud was probably the most entertaining part of that entire feud. More entertaining than anything Logan did, more entertaining than anything AJ did. Karrion Kross was the entertaining part of that feud. And he ended up making a big difference in Sunday's loss for AJ Styles. But the entire week, from Monday Night Raw in Sacramento, where he had a terrific showing in ring, which has always been the one knock of late, is, well, Karrion Kross does all these things, but he doesn't follow it up in the ring enough, at least not as of late. He did that last Monday against AJ. Yeah, he might have lost, but he certainly had a terrific showing on Monday, one that opened a lot of people's eyes, myself included. And then you hear the pop from that Vegas crowd during the Andre Battle Royal, saying that they were behind Karrion Kross, saying that they were behind this man and this character. And then, of course, what he does on Sunday night in the AJ Styles Logan Paul match. That all would have been enough to tell you that, hey, Karrion Kross, he's becoming a more integral part of the story on Monday Night Raw. And then it goes on to WrestleMania recap. I don't know if this was a shoot. I don't know if this was a work. I tend to believe it's a work until something happens in real life, until there is a release or until we just don't see that person again. Karrion Kross was on Raw the next day, so it tells me that it's probably a work. But man, it was bordering. It was borderline. It was right there on the fence between work and shoot, because he brought in some real life stuff, some real life thoughts, some real life opinions, and he went off on the fact that he was not on the card at WrestleMania. Not only that he wasn't on the card at WrestleMania, but a guy like Logan Paul was, that the respect is not there for those that have paid their dues. This feels like a change in direction. Over the last week, certainly his character has been leaning towards this over the months leading into WrestleMania, but this week, this past 10 days, has felt like it has propelled Karrion Kross into a much bigger spotlight. He went from, yeah, that's always an interesting 2-3 minutes on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, that's always an interesting social media video that he puts out on his own, to, man, whenever Monday Night Raw happens, whenever Monday comes around and you tune into Netflix, Karrion Kross is somebody you're looking forward to seeing. Karrion Kross is somebody you're saying, all right, let's see what's next with Karrion Kross, because that promo on WrestleMania recap was the best that we saw all weekend as far as mic work. Maybe 1B to Cody Rhodes, but I have a hard time believing that, because anytime somebody who didn't step foot into the ring between Saturday and Sunday is able to be a headline on Monday of WrestleMania, you know you did a great job. And I think that was 1,000% the case with Karrion Kross on Monday, is that everything that he did between the match on last Monday's Raw, between the Andre Battle Royal, between trying to give AJ Styles the brass knuckles on Sunday night, to his promo on WrestleMania recap, and then his promo again with AJ Styles, where he just went off on him and said, your pride got in the way of giving you a win at WrestleMania. And he keeps calling him Alan, which is hilarious too, because I don't think anybody else has called AJ Styles Alan since he joined WWE, at least not off the top of my head. But Karrion Kross is having himself a week. And now the question is, can he follow it up? Will he be allowed to follow it up? That's another question. Because if this was a shoot, that's a big question mark. Are they going to let him capitalize on the fact that he has just built up a lot of interest in himself? Are they going to let him capitalize on that? Or are they going to kind of put the nix on it I think if they let him capitalize on it, they could have themselves a very interesting character going forward into the post-WrestleMania month. So great week for Karrion Kross. Certainly moving up the proverbial power rankings if you were to make one.